Alright guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about something that's a bit more sensitive. So just keep it to consideration. There's going to be no ads playing on this video. I'm going to make sure that they're off because the topics that we're going to be talking about here obviously is a little bit sensitive. So let's just go straight into the video. So today we're going to be talking about something that I saw on Twitter that obviously a lot of people were pissed off about, and it has to do with these Etika Joycon shells that was being made by a specific individual. I believe his name was Captain Alex. This was a post made on the Etika Reddit network saying Nintendo has unfortunately demanded that the custom Etikons must no longer be sold anymore. And when a lot of people saw this, mind you, Nintendo's been taking non-stop L's for like this past week. They had a whole situation where they canceled the Smash Brothers Melee tournament, so everyone started releasing a hashtag free Melee, and ever since that, then the Splatoon tournament happened afterwards, and people had their names hashtag free Melee in the Splatoon tournament. And even when Nintendo saw that, they canceled the goddamn Splatoon tournament because the Splatoon players were showing support for Melee. And it's just insane because I don't know what is going on with Nintendo these past couple days, these past couple months, but they've been on some crazy rampage, just handing out cease and desists and just shutting shit down. It's kind of like they don't want to have no type of association with any of these communities, which is absolutely making no sense to me. The thing is, when it comes to Nintendo, they have to take into consideration that if it wasn't for us, the fans, the content creators, people like Etika, if it wasn't for people like them, I feel like their fan base wouldn't be as strong or as impactful as they are today. Because I'm gonna be real with you, I was a Nintendo fan, but I wasn't a Nintendo fan to the point where like I am now, because it's kind of like back in the day. Rest in peace once again to my boy Etika. Whenever he used to do a live stream or a Nintendo event was coming up, we would all gather together, watch this event together, and just get hype like it was no tomorrow. Like it was like some crazy ass type of hype that we used to get for like random Nintendo shit. And it's kind of like Nintendo lately has just been kind of like, fuck the fans, fuck the community, I don't care about y'all, we're gonna do what we want because this is our shit, and if you guys don't like it, kick rocks. And that's basically how Nintendo's been like these past couple months. And ever since the whole free Melee thing, the whole Splatoon doing the free Melee, and then Nintendo just shutting things down, and now when Nintendo puts the icing on the cake where they're like, yo, we don't want the Etikons made no more, a lot of people's, like I said, they've been pissed off. Nintendo is basically like, hey, you can't sell these because they're infringing in our copyright because it has the word Joy-Con on it. But then everyone's like, but the shell says Joy-Con boys. You don't own any copyright to the word Joy-Con boys. Like, you only own Joy-Con, not Joy-Con boys. But Nintendo's basically like, no, if you sell this shit, we're gonna take you to court. And it is what it is, and it's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy why they're doing this. Like I said, they're taking non-stop L's, and I don't know if they had some type of board meeting. I don't know if a bunch of people just decided to sit on a really big, long-ass table, and there was just a group of henchmen there, and they were like, yo, we gotta disassociate ourselves and just get the fuck out. Because fuck these fans. We just want money. Because that's what it's looking like right now. They're just like, yo, fuck everybody. We just want to make that paper. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm kind of segueing off a little bit right now, but I feel like Nintendo probably started doing this shit ever since the whole fiasco with the Smash Brothers controversy that happened in the summertime. I feel like ever since that, Nintendo's been slowly like, yo, we gotta back the fuck out of here because all of this just looks wrong. Because ever since all these big content influencers, right, all these commentators, all these just big heads in the Nintendo community, when that whole fucking controversial timeline was happening around what was it, July? It was like June, I think it was July 1st. Ever since that whole situation was happening, Nintendo's name was being thrown all over the place in that. They were like, did you hear that this Nintendo content creator did this with a minor? And it's kind of like, bro, ever since that whole situation, I feel like Nintendo's been like, yo, we getting the fuck out of here. Like fuck these people. That's what it's been looking like. And ever since that whole situation, because even when that whole controversy happened, Nintendo put out a statement and they're like, yo, Nintendo was like, yo, we are disappointed. We like this is bullshit. Because I'm laughing because I'm just like, yo, because how crazy that day was and that whole week. Like when people was getting called out, like that 1 week, Nintendo, like the fact that they called out and made a statement, they were like, yo, this is terrible. It just shows you how impactful it was. And I feel like ever since that timeline, maybe I'm just rambling, maybe I'm overthinking things, but I feel like ever since that happened, Nintendo's been kind of like, yo, we're backpedaling from this community shit. Like, yo, fuck these guys. Like, we don't want to associate ourselves with them because think about it. When that time frame happened, there was a lot of posts coming from like Kotaku. I don't know. All I know is Kotaku on what IGN and all these other news outlets. They were all branding it as like Nintendo content creators, Smash Brothers content creators, and it's like all the Nintendo shit. So maybe Nintendo's doing this because they want to distance themselves. I mean, it is what it is, but it's kind of like, damn, to just hand out cease and desist, cancel competitions, and then just like not want to like support the communities. Because like I said, the communities, if it wasn't for the communities, if it wasn't for the for all the hype that the communities are doing themselves, mind you, like video games like Smash Brothers Melee is getting no Nintendo support. No Nintendo support whatsoever. It's literally the fan base. That if it wasn't for the fan base, Melee wouldn't be as strong as it is today. But Nintendo just wants to squash it. I feel like Nintendo just wants nothing with Melee. They're like, yo, fuck this game. Like, pardon my French, but Nintendo just does not care. So these are some of the posts that we see right here. It says Nintendo issued a cease and desist to stop the production of the Etikons. Sales of these help charity JED foundations and honor the memory of YouTuber Etika, who died in June of 2019. This is what I'm saying. It's kind of like this thing was meant to be kind of like a memory piece. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. If I were to ever get these Etikons, dude, I wouldn't even use these. Like, I will literally put them on my Joy-Cons, and I'll like keep my Joy-Cons at a specific location, like not even touching them. Like, I want to keep them in mint condition and just be like, yo, these are like a memento piece. These are like a piece of just remembrance. Like, whenever you look at them, you be like, damn, I remember the good old days. I remember all the shit that went down. It's like, it's crazy. And it's kind of like it's going to a good cause. It's like none of these sales are going just to put in your pocket and then you stealing the money. All this is going to charity and foundations that's going to be supporting mental awareness and shit like that. So it makes no sense to me why Nintendo would want to shut this down. I'm also going to use another example in regards to charities and things like that in regards to selling merch, because there's a website by Blockhead Gaming. They made a bunch of merch in regards to Etika. They got Etika sweaters, Etika hoodies. I bought a couple stuff from them and the quality is very good. Any of the proceeds that they made out of these sales, they will send it to the NAMI organization. So it's kind of like this was somewhat similar to what's going on with these Etikons. But obviously Nintendo is on some shit right now where they're like, hey, it has the word Joy-Con on it, because that's another thing that I read. I don't have the post here up in front of me, but there was another post that basically said that Nintendo just didn't like the fact that it said Joy-Con on it. But Nintendo, I understand they own the word Joy-Con, but not Joy-Con Boys in its entirety. That's a whole different thing. I don't know what it is, man. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Honestly, it is very saddening. We just wanted to have a piece to remember our boy, because like I said, he passed away last year. He took his own life. It still hurts the community deeply because we all miss him. Every single day we miss him. Anytime there's new Nintendo news, anything that happens, not even Nintendo related, just memes in general, we miss seeing him here with us. And it's heartbreaking. It's honestly heartbreaking to see Nintendo go out of their way and be like, hey, we're gonna hand a cease and desist to stop making these. Like, basically, like, Nintendo just doesn't care. That's what it looks like. Nintendo doesn't care. Nintendo's on some fuck your feelings type of shit right now. And right now, the future for Nintendo is looking rather gloomy. It's looking like kind of like we can't do anything now without their approval. Like, if you try to do anything, Nintendo's just gonna be like, stop. This is my shit. And if you don't like it, kick rocks. That's basically Nintendo right now. But like I said, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe if you guys are new. I'll see you guys in the next video or in the next live stream. Have a good one. Stay safe. And man, Nintendo, what is wrong with y'all, man? Whew.